You have the lakes, and of course you have magic.
We're halfway between Chicago and Detroit. It really is like Andy of Mayberry kind of a situation here.
Colon is about magic. It's been that way for 75 years.
This is the magic capital of the world, the Mecca of magic.
I'm David Ferrell. I'm one of the co-founders of the Historical Society, one of 35 actually. Well, the town hasn't changed a lot. The first settlers came here in about 1829. There's Abbott's Magic that's been here for a long time.
Abbott's Magic was started in 1934 when my father backed Percy Abbott, a magician from Australia who had come to Colon to visit Harry Blackstone Sr.
In 1926, Harry Blackstone Sr. and his wife Inez were coming through town. They were living in Chicago. They were touring the country with a big show, big production. They decided to settle the whole cast and crew down there, 200 and some acres at the time, and every summer they would rebuild the show and get it ready to take it out in the fall.
He would invite other magicians to come and stay with him. And that was the first magician in town, and that's what started the colony of magicians here in town.
Hundreds and hundreds of people would come to town. It's sort of a fun place to be.
You know what happens when someone who's... We've had a magic convention here every year since 1934. The Street of Cards is a separate group that they sort of come to Colon and hang out during Magic Week. They would go out and do magic tricks for the Amish to see their reaction. And then they would throw cards in the street after the Friday and Saturday night show.
And I know to some people it was an aggravation in town to find all those cards, but in fact I have several of them. Every year I try to collect a few of them. Some of them would have pictures of Houdini on them, and some were just straight old 52 deck playing cards. But I always thought it was sort of a cool thing.
A bar inside of a test tube. Inside of the bar is some mercury. One of the properties of mercury, besides being very heavy, is the heat from my hand actually makes him expand, sort of like a thermometer. He gets so excited he actually pops his cork. Put him out in my hand, he gets real excited, starts to jump about. Back inside the test tube he says, let me out, let me out. All right, only if you do a trick. Let's see if you can jump from hand to hand. Back inside the test tube he still says, let me out, let me out. All right, one more trick. Let's see if you can do a somersault. Oh, up in the midair. Back inside the test tube he still says, let me out. But no, we're gonna cork him up, and that's called Wonder Ball. Hey!
The neat thing about Colon is because the whole community has wrapped its arms around the idea of being the magic capital of the world.
The state of Michigan gave us that moniker back in the 60s.
We have Illusions Hair Care, we've got Magic City Hardware, Magic City Storage. Our mascot at our high school is the Colon Magi. We're a rabbit wearing a big top hat. Now you're getting folks recognizing the fact that this is what Colon has, this is its identity. You could walk across the street to the post office and get at least 6 honks and waves, and 5 people walk down the sidewalk and say, good morning, how are you this morning? How many towns can you do that in?
We have our new park that's being developed downtown.
That used to be an empty field. You'll see it on your way. It's a beautiful facility, and we're putting an amphitheater in there. We're going to put skateboard parks in. We're going to put playground equipment, tennis courts.
We do have a lot of magicians that have chosen to be buried out to a lakeside cemetery.
People do come to visit Blackstone Sr. and Jr. are both there. We do have almost 30 famous magicians out there, some of them more famous than others, but that have already been planted here, and they're visited by their friends at least once a year.
A lot of towns are known for like one particular thing, but you need businesses here to draw people in.
We are challenged with the same struggles any other small town in small town America is facing right now with the economic conditions.
I don't see this village ever really becoming really large, because most of our property is on lakes, and most of it is sold to people from Chicago, from Indiana, from Ohio.
It is quite the marketing challenge to get butts in the seats, as the carnies always say.
A little sad to see some of the empty buildings downtown right now, but I trust that there'll be some businesses coming in.
Magic is still alive today. It's not a vanishing art.
It's still a lot of fun just to watch how well somebody can do that particular trick.
Now you've got Chris Angel, David Blaine doing a lot of street magic. That is the most popular type of magic out there right now. It's an evolution that's, as an old-time entertainer, performer, I'm trying to embrace. But I think the people of this town are coming around to realize that our identity lies in magic.
There are a few jobs in the area, and Michigan is definitely economically challenged at this point, but we're all hoping for a brighter future.
The folks that really do care about this community.
If it's going to grow, if it's going to continue, then we have to do something to bring young families.
If you want a unique, magical experience, you should come to Colon.
It's like any other place that I've ever visited. And I first came here when I was 7 years old.
It's been a great place to live and raise my family, and had the privilege of teaching here for 44 years, and a lot of very special people who've been here, that's for sure.